My marriage was annulled, and this comes from an anonymous person. My marriage was annulled, and my kids and I have no contact with my ex. What do you recommend I do to make sure my kids aren't too messed up? Okay, this is right in your wheelhouse, Dr. Ray. What do you think?
Several bullet points, Mom. First of all, you can tell the kids, and I'm sure you have, so forgive me if I'm saying something you've already done a million times. Let them know it's not because of them. And you can give the truth without being ugly about it. You can say, well, I don't quite understand all the reasons why your dad is not having any contact with us. He made his choices, and kids, I can't do anything about that. But the one thing I can tell you for sure, it's not because of you. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing is, this is the number one thing I hear from single moms: discipline control. They don't have the kind of discipline control they would like, either because they feel guilty. I mean, look at your kids being ripped off, right? I mean, dad pulled out of their lives. So now, oh boy, I can't ask them to dry the dishes too. They've already been shortchanged by life. No, you don't compensate for what happened to them by being permissive. And you develop some very good discipline skills so that you're not always nagging, negotiating, reminding, threatening, yelling. Basically, you don't want to go to confession. Bless me, Father. Before I had children, I was pretty nice. Now I'm not pretty or nice. And I just want to know, would it be a serious sin to think about shooting your kid with a bazooka? So if you don't have discipline skills, you're going to get frustrated. There's no question about that. Discipline is not words, it is action. Here's one of the pieces of research that I particularly liked. Single moms do better with discipline when they are more guy-like. Now, let me say what that means. As a rule, moms are more verbal than dads. They talk more. They warn more. They negotiate more. They try to understand more. Guys tend to be less words, more action. So as a single mom, you got to work towards less words, more action, because here's a simple rule of discipline. The more authority that your kids see that you have, you're going to say what you mean and you're going to follow through with some consequence, the less you will have to discipline. More authority equals less discipline. Less discipline means better good times. Simple formula.
Yeah. No, that's very fair. Yeah. Look at that. Great answer. I have nothing to add with that. That's great.
I'm glad. I feel good that you don't, I was a little nervous there, Tony. You're saying, well, Dr. Ray, I don't really quite agree with you on a number of things that you said.
Well, Dr. Ray, as a gentle parent, let me.
Hey, Tony, let me tell your viewers right now, if you're practicing gentle parenting, that is one almost surefire way to not be gentle, to be nasty, because gentle parenting doesn't work. Gentle parenting is counter to the Christian understanding of the human. The Christian understanding says we have fallen nature, which means we're self-centered, which means we're stubborn, which means we think the world rotates around us. I mean, that's our nature, and that's the nature of a 5-year-old kid. So if you're trying to reason with this child, to gently persuade, to give options and choices, to use I messages, not you messages, all those can work, but they are not a substitute for calm authority by a parent. You could do all that if you have calm authority, but you can't do that if that's your sole style, because eventually you're going to get frustrated. And when you get frustrated, you get ugly.
Yeah, no, that's fair. My mom used to say, "There's no such thing as gentle parenting. It's just not parenting." Right.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.